If you are a foreigner, join me today. This is important to all of us who have left home. In these last 2 weeks, we have been dealing with diasporas, those living abroad, those who have left their homes, those who are kilometers away from home, who missed all the birthdays, who have missed all the ceremonies, and feels that they owe a lot to their people, to their loved ones. Today is our day. If you are a foreigner everywhere around the world, join me. Today's topic is about misplaced entitlement. You know, expectations. Having too much expectations leads people into this sense of entitlement. I deserve this. He owe me this. I have done this and that for him. Therefore, he owes me this. It is a very big issue when people, for one or two reasons, feel entitled because they have done you one favor or the other. You know, then that places you in harm's way, places you in situations. Bernard, hi, you are welcome. Places you in situations that you do not wish to, you didn't wish you had entered in the first place. Entitlement. There are entitlements, but there are also misplaced entitlements. What am I saying? Entitlement where it does not exist. You know, entitlement is similar to manipulation, like we talked about last time about manipulation. We all know what manipulation is, but today we shall be dealing about entitlement. And in the other hand, a misplaced one for that matter. Entitlement in all its ramification is a red sign. How much more when you join misplaced? Misplacement means something that should not be there, something that doesn't exist. So today's topic is about misplaced entitlement on people living abroad. Yeah. It could be a family as well. That is why it's very important. You have these signs, you know about them. Entitlements. Entitlements. What are the entitlements? You know, what are the entitlements? It's very, very, very terrible when people out of nowhere have placed you on a pedestal where you do not belong, or think themselves to have deserved one favor or the other, or one thing or the other from you because they have offered you one help or the other, or because they are your family, they are your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your friend, or even a business partner. Entitlement is a terrible thing, but a misplaced one is even worse. In psychology, entitlements refers to a personality trait or a mindset that where someone believes they have inherent, they deserve more respect, more privilege than everyone else, regardless of their effort, merit, or fairness. And literally, that is what it means. And when people say in psychology, what does that quote? It is something that has to do with your brain, how you function, how you should operate, how you are made to act, under duress, under certain circumstance. I expected you to act like this. You expected to have acted like that. Anything that drives you subconsciously, that is psychological. Something you do not have control over, but you have been patterned to behave in a certain way. Because somebody somewhere, like I say, in manipulation, is twerking you here and there, up and down, have used kind of something to make you behave in a way you ought not to have behaved if you are in your right senses. So entitlement falls under that category as same as manipulation. When someone somewhere is angry with you for no fault of yours, sometimes you do not even know or are aware that they are there, or those things are there, but in their mind, they have fashioned their mind to be thinking that way because they feel entitled towards you. What it does is that this creates unrealistic expectations, which is why it's misplaced in the first place. It can be in relationships, it can be at work, it can be at school, it can be in social settings, in the family. It is there. So it makes you kind of be behaving yourself without knowing why you are behaving so. Because you feel, number one, you feel guilt. This is what it does to you. When someone gaslights you in that manner, it is same as manipulation. Entitlement is something that is so delicate that you don't want to offend people. You rather offend yourself. That is why we are talking about it today. Entitlement. A misplaced entitlement on people living abroad. People who live abroad have come to, like I said last time, as scapegoats. Blame it on them. Put it on them. They are the camel upon which all the 1,000 kiloways of whatever is laid upon. The birthdays, they have to pay. The child naming ceremony, they have to be the one to bring the money. When the houses expire, they are the one to have to pay. Those people whose school children are going to school, they are the one who have to pay because they are living abroad, and in their mind of those people, they think they are rich. They don't know what you are doing to get money. They don't know if you have solved half of your problem. And someone somewhere is putting all those bills on your head without you knowing. They are planning of changing apartment, moving from one house to the other. Nobody have consulted you. But no, you are the one have been billed to pay that money. Because why? You live abroad. Because you are a family member. Because you are a son. Because you are a daughter. Because you are a friend. She owes me that. He owes me that. Do you know that sometimes people have actually billed me a certain amount of money without me knowing? In their home, they are drafting a wedding ceremony, and they have included my name subconsciously somewhere. 1 million naira. Nobody consulted me. I was never part of it because they feel entitled. They are doing a funeral ceremony. Yeah, he's our brother. Therefore, to give him, he have at least he must pay like 500,000 without me knowing. In the church, the priest who have maybe prayed for me 5 years ago, 10 years ago, is also entitled. When they are doing something in the church, yeah, Samuel can pay 1 million naira. You see, that's why it's also dangerous.
So because they are clerics, because they are imam, because they are sheikh, because they are pastor, because they are prophet, you don't want to offend them. You don't want to say no to them. And they come with all these flimsy expectations on you. That's why it's very dangerous. Misplaced entitlement is very, very dangerous. And Oftentimes, people living abroad fall prey to this. You can say no to an imam. Yes, I say so. You can say no to that pastor. You can say no to that sheikh. He's not your God. He's glory being there in that situation, in that status, because people place him there. You go nothing. If you have to give something, let it be willingly from your heart, not because you fail, not because you have been gaslighted. So you don't want to offend the pastor. That's why you say, okay, I will do it. And then you know you are salary. You know you have one problem or the other, you still get to solve. And then you will go back murmuring in yourself. Who forced you to say yes? Who forced you to accept? Why would you disenfranchise yourself in favor of someone else? The first form of freedom is the freedom for one's self-thought, of self, oneself. You have to be alive. You have to survive first. That is the first instinct of survival. No, you have one bill to pay. You have other commitments. But out of the blue, somebody is demanding unsurmountable demand on you, and you grudgingly accept because you don't want to fail them, because they have gaslighted you, made you feel you owe them. No, you don't. You can only do what you can when you feel like, and when you have the opportunity or the possibility to do such. Not because someone put you in a corner. Yeah. If he don't pray for you, and what next? So this man called me and said that I have to give him. It's not that, please, my dear, I want to buy a car. Can you support me? Or, oh, it would be nice if I can get help. No, he just told me directly, because of his prayer, one day in my life, I have to buy him a car. Then I proved him wrong that it was not his prayer that made my container came out. But my container didn't happen. And his prayer did not bring me abroad. Because at the time I came to him, I have been traveling abroad and coming back. I already decided to stay back at the time I left. Then he said, okay. So you are afraid to say no to that pastor. You are afraid to say no to that priest because you feel you will fall back in that situation that you will make you call him. I'm sorry, then you are the one who has caged yourself. If you still have that mindset that you will fall back to that evil pit where you came from, then you are the one manipulating yourself. You are not free from self-enslavement. Free your mind and free your thoughts. That is number one type of misplaced entitlement. Coming from someone you find it difficult to say no. If you like this video, if this topic touches you or influences you in any way, I want you to like it and share it to a friend, someone you know it might be of help. In that way, you will be helping us at the village as well, bring you these type of stories, make you aware of what happened. I like that I'm bringing this all to you, and I do not take for granted all your support. On TikTok, it has given us the opportunity. Those things that we take for granted, talk about it in view of making the society a better place. I thank you for today's program at the Village Square. forward to having you next week Sunday. Thank you for today and have a lovely